I'm up earlier today. It is 37.7. It's supposed to be chilly today. Dennis said I might even have a fire tonight. We shall see. Oh, maybe he was pulling April Fools, but he didn't tell me today. So it's April 1st, Thursday. April Fools, no video today. I told you I ordered some paper. These two pads are what I've been doing most of my paintings on. You can see I needed more paper. And this is the paper I bought. I bought more of these too. But this paper was one of my special treats to myself. This is Arch's 300-pound watercolor paper. And it's rough. It's got a rough texture, and I don't know if the other side, I haven't taken, I don't know if the other side has more texture or not, if there's a right side or a wrong side. Oh yeah, they're different. They feel a little bit different. This is rougher. Now I gotta do research and find out. I suppose it doesn't matter what they think is the right side. It just matters what I think is the right side. So those are more like innie dots. And these feel more like outie dots. But I think when I look at that video, it's not gonna look any different. Anyway, so it's very stiff. And I've been watching a lot of videos on wet on wet, big stroke, fast painted landscapes. Most of those landscapes are imagined. They're not doing them from paper, from pictures. So anyway, that's my new paper that came yesterday. The paints and the other paper and stuff didn't come because it came in this giant box, as you can imagine, because they're giant sheets. This is 30 by 22, and apparently a lot of people get all their watercolor paper in this form. And so often you'll see I'm using a quarter sheet. When they say quarter sheet, they mean a quarter of this sheet, which would make it 15 by 11. Quarter of this would be 15 by 11. So I'm going to quarter this, I think, and try it quartered. But I can get 9 of those. I should be able to get 9 of those. Because it will go this way. For 30, you can get 3 across and 3 down. So I may do some of this size for some of these sheets. We shall see. So that's your update on my watercolor paper situation. Well, I folded it one way. I think I'll watch a video. I bet there's a video on what to do with this paper. Good morning, I'm Barbara. I'm trying to get my phone organized. How are you? It is April 1st. I was just kidding. I really am doing a video today. So we got our shot yesterday. I took a picture of Aura. I'm wearing my bistro. I think that doing the neckline in the mohair might have been a mistake. It looks like it's sitting up. It feels like it's like low on my shoulders. It looks fine. I mean, I think it looks okay. I think it's just me adjusting it to, you know, the other thing is it has very long sleeves, but I folded them up and that's fine. But it is cozy and warm, and it, as you saw, is a cool day today. Did I say Dennis might make me a fire? He's talked about it. Anyway, I hope you are well. I know my glasses are very glary. But I made a few notes because I wanted to talk about, we got our shot yesterday, and it was so efficient. I was so impressed. Really, you know, walked in the door, they checked our paperwork, went to a table, and she, you know, took our medical cards and took pictures of our medical cards and our driver's licenses and filled out the COVID card, and that took a minute, and then sent us over to the nurse's station, and she did something else with the card and asked us if we had any allergies, which I am allergic to codeine, so I said that. So she said, okay, well, you have to wait a half an hour afterwards. Here's the card. Give it to the guy. I'm like, okay. Then she said it nicely. That didn't sound nice, but she said it very nicely. And then we went into the room, and I sat down and got jabbed. And it didn't even hurt. It didn't hurt. It was one of those skinny little needles that don't hurt. So that was nice. And turns out Dennis and Aura also have drug allergies. So we all had to sit around and wait. Well, we all had to sit around and wait anyway for one of us. But we waited a half an hour and read all the information because I didn't bring any knitting or didn't bring anything to read. And I didn't want to sit there reading my phone and have her be the only one with nothing to do. So I went and got her the information on anaphylactic shock syndrome symptoms in case something happened. And so we read all about the vaccine, and it was fine. And then we left. Nobody had any reaction, and we left, and it was great. It really was extremely efficient. It's very near our house. We didn't know where it was, but as it turns out, it's very near our house, 3 miles from our house. And we're in the country, so 3 miles is not very far. If we were in, you know, Manhattan, it would take an hour and a half. But I couldn't see any reason why we couldn't have taken our dogs if we wanted to. But my guess is that the information is for the whole county, and there are some drive-through. There are probably some drive-through sites. People that, you know, just drive through and give me your arm. Now, there you go. And don't get out of their car. And if that's the situation, you don't want somebody's dogs in the car. My girls would have their head out the window and bark their fool heads off, and, you know. You don't want to have the distraction of that going on while somebody is giving you a shot. I don't anyway. So my guess is that the instructions, you know, are for every, you know, countywide, and so that's included in the in the instructions. But my arm is a little sore now in the spot where I got the shot. I got it in my left arm because I'm right-handed, and I thought, oh, because I'm going to be knitting, I'm going to be painting. I don't, you know, if it, you know, really has a reaction. And I wasn't even thinking, because I sleep on my right side. I cannot fall asleep unless I'm on my right side. So I would have had trouble sleeping last night if I had gotten it on my right side instead of my left side. But I didn't, so that's good. And in fact, I slept really, really well. I hardly slept the night before. I'm getting into these weird cycles. But, so last night, early, I was watching some watercolor videos. I had no energy for anything except vegging yesterday. I didn't knit. I didn't paint. I just watched videos. And about 10 o'clock, I was watching videos and my eyes were closing, and I'm like, you know what? So I went and took a bath, a hot bath. And then I crawled into bed with my tablet and watched videos for a few more minutes and realized that I'm sleepy, and I went to sleep and I slept. And I kind of slept like a normal sleep. I got up to pee one time, but I wasn't like looking at the clock every hour and then falling back to sleep and waking up and it was just kind of sleeping. It was so nice. So nice. So I ended up getting up early, but because I went to sleep early. And I wouldn't mind moving my sleeping window earlier, or my being awake window earlier. So this is all good. So I'm good. And I have an appointment at noon today to get my tooth fixed. I'm pretty sure it's just a little piece of that filling broke off. But, I can't keep my tongue off of it, so my tongue's all scratched up. Like a little kid. Quit picking at that! Quit picking at that! Yeah. So, I did feel a little queasy yesterday afternoon for a little while, and I don't know if it was just... It could have just been not sleeping and then dealing with it. I feel like this is... I'm wondering, I could do something. I could do something about that, because it feels like it's falling off my shoulders, which I seem to be fussing with it, don't you think? Feels like I am. Anyway, I do. This is the sweater that I did the stripes of the mohair held double and the worsted. I think it's worsted. DK. It's DK. But I made these stripes in the front with the mohair, and it's really comfy other than me fidgeting with it. And beautiful. This is in the Vineyard colorway. Valerie gave me this mohair that I wanted to try. Oh, it's not mohair though. See, that's the thing. I did mohair in my scrappy backbone sweater, and it got everywhere, and and it was slightly itchy. I just was aware of the prickle factor. It wasn't too much. I can wear it, except that it sheds like crazy and I can't paint when I'm wearing it. So Valerie sent me some Surrey alpaca to see if it has the same prickle factor. For me, it does not. It does not. This collar around here, I'm not feeling it at all. So there's the answer. But so Valerie had sent me that alpaca to check to see, if it had a prickle factor. It doesn't. So that's good. So today I'm planning on knitting and painting. I am going to figure out how to cut that paper into quarters. I could just cut it. But this decaling, this fancy edge, this is a deckled edge on this paper. And deckled is a traditional, so it would be really lovely if I could figure out how to deckle my two big cuts so that each page is deckled all the way around instead of having two sides that were sharply cut. But since I don't display them on, well, I don't display them at all, but I am planning on getting mats for them. Dennis and I had a conversation about mats and frames last night. It probably doesn't matter, but I know there's a video on how to deckle, so maybe that will help me. But I mean, this is, paper in the most general sense. It's more like cardboard, almost. I'm excited. So a lot of the videos I've been watching have been that, you know, freestyle and landscape, skies, you know, which is why I was so interested in the sky I had the other day. So anyway, that's my plans for the day. I'm feeling good, getting my tooth fixed, and maybe have a fire. Last fire of the season, so we shall see. I guess I'm gonna go knit. I'm gonna look at my pattern on my granito like I said I was going to do. I said it a couple days, yesterday or the day before, to figure out my pockets, because I'm at the pocketses, I think. And do a little knitting before I go and get my tooth fixed. And then I may have to change my sweater to paint because the alpaca might be too fuzzy also, and get fuzz in my picture. But meanwhile, I'm cozy. I hope you are well. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Stay safe and stay sane. And I couldn't get you on. I know I can't get you off. I think it has to do with